Dear students of class 12, in this session of English grammar, we shall deal with the topic voice, the active and the passive. Look at the following sentence. Shaker bought an apple. In this sentence, Shaker is the subject. Bought is the verb. Now, when you identify the verb, put the question what or whom to the verb. The answer that you get is the object. Now try asking this question. Shaker bought what? Answer, an apple. Now look at the next slide. Here, the subject does the action. Therefore, the sentence is of the active voice. Now consider the sentence. An apple was bought by Shaker. Here, an apple is the subject. Shaker is the object. An apple was bought by whom? Shaker. Shaker is the object. The verb is of the form be plus past participle. In this sentence, note that the subject an apple does not perform any action. Something is done to the subject. Therefore, the subject is passive. It is silent. It does not participate in the action. The sentence is of the passive voice. Once again, read the sentences. Shaker bought an apple. An apple was bought by Shaker. You know that the first sentence is of the active voice. What is the subject in the first sentence? Shaker. Now look at the second sentence. By Shaker. So the subject of the sentence in the active voice becomes the object of the sentence in the passive. Similarly, observe the sentence again. Shaker bought what? An apple. It is the object. The object of the sentence in the active voice becomes the subject of the sentence in the passive. And note that the verb is of the form be plus participle. We shall proceed further. Now we have to note some important points. Remember that is, was, are, were, am. These are be forms of verbs. The next important point is that only transitive verbs can be converted into the passive. And another point, the same verb can be used transitively and intransitively. For example, consider the sentence, Mother cooks food. Here, mother subject, cooks verb. Mother cooks what? Food. Therefore, this sentence is of the active voice, and since there is an object, the verb cooks is transitive. Now look at this sentence in the passive. Food is cooked by mother. So I have been able to transform the sentence into the passive because it is transitive, it takes an object. Now consider this sentence, Mother cooks well. Here mother subject, cooks verb. When I put the question what, I do not get any answer. Therefore, the same verb cooks is intransitive here, and this sentence cannot be converted into the passive. When we change the sentence from the active into the passive, care should be taken to see that the verb is of the same tense form. Further, an interrogative sentence remains interrogative in the passive too. Let us consider the structure of the verb for each tense form in the passive. இப்போ ஒவ்வொரு டென்ஸ்லையும் verb-ஓட structure passive-ல எப்படி இருக்கும்னு பார்க்கலாம். Simple present is or are or am plus be plus past participle. Now look at the sentence. Ram eats an orange every day. Ram subject, eats verb. Ram eats what? An orange. So an orange is the subject of the sentence in the passive. An orange, singular, so I choose is. Then the past participial form of eat. Eat present tense, ate past tense, eaten past participle. So an orange is eaten by Ram every day. Look at the next sentence. This factory manufactures cars. This factory manufactures what? Cars. So cars becomes your subject in the passive. Cars, manufactures changes to are manufactured because cars, noun, plural subject. So cars are manufactured by this factory. Now look at the next sentence. My teacher encourages me. My teacher subject, encourages verb, encourages whom? Me. That is the object. When I start the sentence in the passive, I would use I instead of me. So when I use I, the verb should be am. So I am encouraged by my teacher. Now look at the next sentence. Do you sing songs? This is an interrogative sentence. And remember, I told you that an interrogative sentence should contain the passive again in the interrogative form only. So look at this. We'll just divide it into 3 simple steps. Step 1. Convert the sentence into a statement. So it is, you do sing songs. Next step, convert it into the passive. You do sing what? Songs. Songs, plural, simple present. So are, sing, present tense, sang, past tense, sung, past participle. So songs are sung by you. Now you're going to change it into the question form. So what you do is, we bring the question word to the beginning. So which is the question word there? Are. So are songs sung by you? So now the answer is still in the interrogative form. Do you sing songs active? Are songs sung by you passive? Now we pass on to the next tense, present continuous tense. So in this form again, the structure of the verb in the passive is or are or am plus being, that is being. Being plus past participle of the verb. Sentence 1, we are writing a test now. So we subject, this is an interrogative sentence. Is he hosting a party next week? So as usual, step 1, we convert it into a statement. He is hosting a party next week. Now convert it into the passive. He is hosting what? A party. So a party is being hosted by him next week. Now I bring the interrogative word to the beginning. That is. So is a party being hosted by him next week? So it's very simple. We pass on to the present perfect tense. Here the structure is has for singular, have for plural. So has or have plus been, been plus past participle of the verb. Now look at the sentence. The teacher has given us an assignment. Now in this sentence, you find 2 objects. When we put the question what to the verb, the answer obtained is called the direct object. And when we put the question whom to the verb, the answer that we get is called the indirect object. Now put the question what to the verb. The teacher has given whom an assignment? Us. So indirect object. So we get 2 answers in the passive. So the first answer is an assignment has been given to us by the teacher. And the next answer is we have been given an assignment by the teacher. Sentence 2. The boys have watered all the plants. The boys have watered what? All the plants. So the answer starts with all the plants. That is the subject of this sentence now. All the plants have been watered by the boys. Now sentence 3, it is an interrogative sentence. Has he invited you to the function? So first step, convert it into a statement. He has invited you to the function. Then convert it into the passive. He has invited whom? You. So you have been invited to the function. Now step 3, bring the question word to the beginning. Have. So the answer is, have you been invited to the function? Now here in this sentence, you will note that the agent by him is omitted as it is implied or understood very clearly. Now next slide, I have a small assignment for you. Having gone through all these 3 sentences, the simple present, the present continuous and the present perfect, now I shall give you some sentences and you shall work on it and convert these into the passive. Now sentence 1, the teacher has completed the portions. I am going to give you the answer. You will write it on your own and bring it to the next session. Now the teacher has completed what? The portions. So the portions, remember this is present perfect tense. So you have to introduce the word been, the portions plural. So the portions have been completed by the teacher. Second sentence, when will you give me my charger? Now remember, there are 2 objects in this sentence. When will you give me what? My charger. When will you give whom? Me. Me is the answer. Therefore, you get 2 answers here. So, when will I be given my charger? Answer 1. When will my charger be given to me? Answer 2. Now, third sentence. The workers are repairing the bridge. The workers are repairing what? The bridge. So the bridge singular, present continuous tense, the bridge is being repaired by the workers. Sentence 4. The teacher conducts tests regularly. Observe that conducts is of the simple present tense. So the teacher conducts what? Tests. So tests, plural, are conducted by the teacher regularly. We just move on to sentence 5. Do you often help him? So this is an interrogative sentence. So you apply the rules and you arrive at the answer. Are you often helped by him? Sentence 6. My brother has gifted me a watch. Again, you find two objects here. My brother has gifted me what? A watch, direct object. My brother has gifted whom? Me, indirect object. So answer 1, I have been gifted a watch by my brother. Answer 2, a watch has been gifted to me by my brother. So those are the two answers you get here. Now sentence 7, the chief guest distributed all the prizes. Remember, distributed, past tense. The chief guest distributed what? All the prizes. So all the prizes were distributed by the chief guest. The last one, did he answer your question? Did he answer what? Your question. Was your question answered by him? That is the answer. Now we shall try doing these together. இப்போ நம்ம சேர்ந்து இதுக்கான ஆன்சரை பார்க்கலாம். Sentence number 9. My father often gives me gifts. இப்போ இந்த சென்டென்ஸை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா gives வந்து verb. My father often gives what? Gifts. அப்போ gifts வந்து direct object. My father often gives whom gifts? Whomக்கு answer me. அது வந்து indirect object. So passive-ஆ மாற்றும்போது நமக்கு ரெண்டு ஆன்சர் வரும். So first answer, my father often gives me what? Gifts. So gifts எழுதிக்கிறோம். Gifts is the subject. Now gifts is of the plural form. அதனால எந்த verb போடுவோம்? are. are போட்டுட்டு past participle of the verb பார்க்குறோம். give present tense, gave past tense, given past participle. So gifts are often given to me by my father. This is answer number 1. இப்போ my father often gives whom? meன்னு பார்த்துருக்கோம். ஸோ me வந்து ஐங்கிற ஃபார்முக்கு மாறும். பேசிவ்ல எழுதும்போது me gets converted into I. I வரும்போது verb am வரும். ஸோ I am often given gifts by my father. So this is the second answer. I am often given gifts by my father. Now look at sentence number 10. The chief guest distributed certificates to the winners. Now distributed is the verb. So once again put the question what to the verb. The chief guest distributed what? Answer certificates. So certificates வந்து direct object. The chief guest distributed certificates to whom? The winners. அப்போ the winners வந்து indirect object. So மறுபடியும் நமக்கு passiveல ரெண்டு ஆன்சர் வருது. So answer number 1 பார்க்கலாம். The chief guest distributed what? Certificates. So certificates distributed past tense. So நமக்கு வந்து passiveல were distributed வரும். Wereங்கிறது plural verb. So certificates were distributed to the winners. யாரால? By the chief guest. So this is answer number 1. The chief guest distributed certificates to whom? To the winners. So you start your answer with the winners. The winners plural. The winners were distributed certificates by the chief guest. So this is answer number 2. Now look at sentence number 11. நீங்க nursery rhyme பார்த்திருப்பீங்க இல்லையா? Mary had a little lamb. The lamb kept following her everywhere னு வரும். So அதில் the lamb follows Mary everywhere. So the lamb subject, follows verb. The lamb follows whom? Mary. So இப்போ நம்ம passiveல Maryங்கிறத subjectா எடுத்துப்போம். So Mary singular, so is, because follows is of the simple present tense. So Mary is followed. So Mary is followed by the lamb everywhere. So that is your answer. Look at the next sentence. The plumber is repairing The tap. The plumber is repairing what? The tap. So this is of the present continuous tense. Is repairing, present continuous tense. So the plumber is repairing what? The tap. The tap, singular, is, because it is present continuous, you use being. The tap is being repaired. R-E-P-A-I-R-E-D. Is being repaired by whom? By the plumber. Now let us go to sentence number 13. They are constructing new roads all over the city. They subject are constructing, verb. This is of the present continuous tense. They are constructing what? New roads. So that is your object. So we start our answer with the term new roads. New roads becomes the subject here. So new roads are, plural, are being constructed all over the city. Now notice here that I haven't used by them. In the sentence by them போட வேண்டாம். ஏன்னா அது understood. எங்கெல்லாம் the agent by whom? அதுதான் agent. Agent எங்கெல்லாம் நமக்கே தெரியறதோ அங்கெல்லாம் நம்ம agent எழுத வேண்டாம். So new roads are being constructed all over the city. By them omit பண்ணிடணும். Now sentence 14. The teacher was explaining the concept in detail. The teacher was explaining what? The concept. So இப்போ verb பார்த்தோம்னா அது past continuous tenseல இருக்கு. So rules உங்களுக்கு more or less same தான். நம்ம எப்படி presentல is or are பார்த்தோமோ அதே மாதிரி past tenseல was or were. நான் மறுபடியும் இதை தெளிவாக ஒரு தடவை சொல்கிறேன். இப்போ இந்த சென்டென்ஸுக்கு the teacher was explaining the concept in detail. The teacher was explaining what? The concept. So the concept is your object here. It becomes the subject in the passive voice. The concept was being explained by the teacher in detail. So இது மறுபடியும் நான் past continuous பண்ணும்போது தெளிவாக சொல்லித்தரேன். Now next sentence 15. Is he maintaining discipline? So நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? He is maintaining discipline. He is maintaining what? Discipline. So we start our answer with discipline. Discipline singular. Discipline is maintaining present continuous tense. So discipline is being, being maintained by him. So question word முன்னாடி கொண்டா என்ன வரும்? Is discipline being maintained by him? Question mark. மறக்காம question mark போடணும். அப்பதான் நம்ம ஒரு interrogative sentence activeல இருக்கிறத மறுபடியும் passivல interrogative sentenceாவே convert பண்ணியிருக்கோம் அப்படிங்கிறது clear-ஆ தெரியும். Now look at sentence 16. Does the teacher ask you questions? So here again, ask is your verb. Put the question what to ask. Does the teacher ask what? Questions. Direct object. Does the teacher ask whom questions? You. Indirect object. So I should get two answers in the passive. Again remember, my answers would be in the interrogative form. Now answer number 1. Are questions asked by the teacher? Are questions asked by the teacher? Answer number 1. Next one. Are you asked? A-S-K-E-D. Are you asked questions by the teacher? Are you asked questions by the teacher? So these are the two answers in the passive. Now let us proceed to the next slide. Sentence 17. Has he issued a pass? Now has issued is of the present perfect tense. Has he issued what? A pass. So when we convert it into the passive, it is singular. So has a pass been issued by him? Or you can even stop with has a pass been issued? Whatever it is, you should have a question mark. Has a pass been issued by him? Or has a pass been issued? Now sentence 18. We revise our lessons every day. We revise what? Our lessons. So start your answer with our lessons. Our lessons. Revise present tense. Lessons plural. So our lessons are revised. A-R-E. R-E-V-I-S-E-D. Are revised every day. Here you should omit by us. It is understood. Now sentence number 19. Have you returned the book? Have you returned what? The book. So Remember, this is a question, so I cannot start with the book. So the book is singular. Have returned, present perfect. When I say the book, it is singular, so I should use has. Has the book been returned? My answer is, has the book been returned? Question mark. Now the last sentence, my sister cleans the room every morning. My sister cleans what? The room. So cleans is of the simple present tense. The room singular. So my answer is, the room is cleaned by my sister every morning. The room is cleaned by my sister every morning. So in the moonu tense-liyum, simple present, present continuous, present perfect. இது மூணுலையும் நம்ம ரூல்ஸ் எப்படி மாற்றணும் பேசிவ்லேன்னு பார்த்து அதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் சென்டென்சஸ் எக்ஸசைஸும் பார்த்துருக்கோம். ஸோ இன்னும் ஃபர்தர் கிளாஸஸில் மீதி டென்சஸை கண்டினியூ பண்ணுவோம். இது மாதிரியே பாஸ்ட்டுக்கு ஃப்யூச்சருக்கு எல்லாம் இருக்குது. ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு டென்ஸாக பார்த்தோன்னா எப்படி மாற்றுறதுன்னு நமக்கு ஈஸியாக தெரியும்.